Question 10. Jerry lost 2 pounds every month for a year. If his weight at the beginning of the year was 176 pounds, what was his weight at the end of the year? So here, weight, end of year, should be the weight at the beginning of the year minus he's losing 2 pounds every month for 1 year. So it should be minus 2 times 12 because there are 12 months in a year. So the beginning of the year weight is 176 minus 2 times 12 is 24. And this will give us the answer already. So for all the word problem, you're allowed to use a calculator. I will just type it in 176 minus 24 and I get 152. So that would be the answer, just 152 pounds. Question 11. Carol's bank balance at the end of the summer was 2,460. She allowed herself $32 spending money each week for the next 40 weeks. What was her balance at the end of the 40 weeks? Same idea. The ending value is going to be the beginning value. In this case, we are subtracting because we are taking out money, $32 per week for 40 weeks. So the beginning value is 2,460 minus 32 times 40 is 1,280. And then we just subtract them. And we get $1,180. That will be the answer. That's how much she's going to have at the end of the 40 weeks. Question 12. Plane coming in for landing loses 800 meters per minute in altitude. Altitude means height in math. So we have a plane. I'm not very good at drawing. Maybe a plane. Okay, this is the plane and it's trying to land, right? So this would be like the airport. So let me see. Plane coming in for landing loses 800 minutes. If the plane took 60 minutes to land, at what height was the plane when it first started descent? So we are trying to figure out this height here. So this altitude will just be 16 minutes, and each minute we are descending. Descending means going down by 800 meters. So that's all you have to do, just 16 times 800. 16 times 800, we get 12,800 meter. Yeah. Question 13. A piece of real estate dropped 1,620 in value per month for 5 months. If the home is now worth 245,000, what was the value of the house 5 months ago? So the total drop, so you see the beginning value minus the total drop will give us the ending value, which is the value of the house now. Right now it is worth 245,000. We don't know what this beginning value is, but we know that the total drop is 1620 plus times 5 because it has been dropping for $1,620 per month for 5 months. So going back to addition and subtraction facts, if someone tells you 5 equals to 12 minus 7, you can also say that 5 plus 7 equals to 12, right? So you see, you can really just move the underlying number over to the other side by switching the sign. So this is exactly what I'm going to do here. This something will just be 245000 plus 8100. That will give us the answer. And I got 253,100. Yeah, so this would be the answer for question 14. 14. Brett investment average a loss of $45 per week for a year. So Brett's loss is going to be 45 per week for 1 year. In a year, you have 52 weeks. So you need to remember that for high school math, 52 weeks in 1 year. You can do a division. We have 365 days in a year. This you also need to memorize. Divided by 7 days in a week. You will get 52 point something. So we are just taking out the decimal and say that it's roughly going to be 52 weeks in a year. We got 2340. And Ken loss is 180 per month for a year. So 180 times 12. We get 2160. So who lost most money and by what amount? Well, Brett lost more money by just 2340 minus 2160. So by $180. And 15. What is larger, the product of two negative integers or the sum of two negative integers? The product of two negative integers is going to be positive, but the sum of two negative integers will still be negative, right? So the product is larger. Now, to add or subtract negative and positive numbers, you should have learned that in grade 7 already. So maybe I'll insert a worksheet on. So the next one is division of integers. Yeah, maybe after 2.3, I'm going to give you a reminder or a refreshment on how to add and subtract positive and negative integer. Okay. All right. So this is the end of 2.2. I will see you in 2.3.